good to be among these very exciting young men and women, the future of Nigeria and the future of the world. I'm really honored to be here among this TED gathering today. Let me just let you know that a week ago, I turned 59. That isn't so young, I believe. But my journey to the top to become Nigeria's Minister of Information is an interesting one. At age 16, I left secondary school, and my passion then was to be a broadcaster. When I was in school, in secondary school, I was playing with microphones. Sometimes we wrap papers and pretend to be casting news. And so when I finished secondary school, I walked up to my dad and said the only thing I wanted to be was to read news. I wanted to be able to communicate with people without necessarily seeing them. Now, my father thought, well, he wasn't in that industry. He connected me with a grand friend of his who was then a director of information in my home state, Niger. When we went to see this uncle, because of course, every friend of your dad is indeed your uncle. So when I got to him and I was only 16, I told him this is what I wanted to be. He could, of course, just enroll me at that time to become an instant broadcaster because that was my passion. He looked at me and he laughed and he said, "You want to be in the media?" I said, "Yes, there's nothing that I wanted to be than to be in the media." He said, "You will be one, but please go to the university first. Go and take a degree and you return here and be a broadcaster." I cried all through that day because I felt that this great uncle of mine had killed my dream. I never got the opportunity at that point to be in any studio. But many years on, I went to the university, took a degree in English, moved on again, took another one, a master's one in English. And somehow, today, I'm Nigeria's Minister of Information and National Orientation. I am not just a broadcaster, I'm the chief spokesman of the government of Nigeria. So you can see how that dream that appeared to have been aborted many, many years ago came back to really pay off. Now, TEDx is a very good experience, and I want to tell our young ones that growing up, because, of course, I had this passion in communicating with people. I didn't get the opportunity of being in the studio at age 16, but I set up a radio station that I own. I set up a newspaper that I own. I also set up a television station that is not yet operational. So you can see from age 16 to age 59 how life can treat you. Don't give up. Don't say never. Somehow your dream will always come true. But this takes me to the next thing. Because I'm in the communication business, I became very passionate about how people dish out stories, how people can instantly engage and communicate with each other around the world. And then before you know it, the digital space opened up. You have the Instagram, you have Facebook, you have WhatsApp, you have the X, you have everything. But again, that's another challenge. It now meant that instead of communication being a unifier for everyone, communication can also be used negatively. The birth of the digital world also brought about the birth of the era of great misinformation, fake news, and disinformation. And therefore, that dream of becoming an instant broadcaster at age 16, and now as Nigeria's Minister of Information and National Orientation, I thought that I could use my valuable position to change things. We came about with a set of 5 pillars trying to refine the Nigerian media and information ecosystem, trying to drive away the era of fake news, disinformation, and misinformation. As we stand here today, somebody may be tweeting or saying that they saw the Minister of Information in Kano, and many people will believe them. I'll give you a small example. I was about a month ago in the offices of UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization in Paris. I was meeting with the Assistant Director General in charge of communication, trying to work out how we can get the world to cleanse the system, the information ecosystem. And while I was there talking about fake news, there was fake news happening in Nigeria about me that said I said something that I never did say. So you can see the paradox. You left this country, you are in another country trying to clean something. As you are there holding that meeting, fake news is happening behind your back. Now, Nigeria in 2018 rather, became an instant winner of what is called the Media and Information Literacy. The first of its kind is a UNESCO Category 2 institute that was set up by UNESCO, and the hosting right was awarded to Nigeria. What that does is that it will help people to do what is called media and information literacy. So it's not just about you young men and women picking your microphone, picking your laptop, picking your smartphone to just say anything. You can have education, but you also need media literacy. And so that passion that I had at age 16 of being a positive broadcaster, today I have a great opportunity of ensuring that we cleanse the information and communication ecosystem to rid the world of fake news, and which, by the way, is not just a Nigerian issue. Don't think that fake news is only in Nigeria. It is all over the world. Americans are suffering it, Europeans are suffering it, Africans are suffering it. Everyone can take up a phone, and if you are not careful, you will set the whole community ablaze. So what media and information literacy does is that it makes you media literate in such a way and manner that you don't just become a gullible believer in whatever you see. If you don't believe, please don't share. And if you share, you should know that you are contributing either to the advancement of the world or leading it to its destruction. So Nigeria has won this hosting right. I led Nigeria to set up UNESCO Category 2 Media and Information Literacy Center Institute in Abuja here. And in November, when UNESCO will finally give its own hosting right, the whole world will now look onto Nigeria so that they can have the first of its kind Media and Information Literacy Institute. So that broadcaster that was denied access to the studio at age 16 now is sitting on a platform that enables him to cleanse the system of broadcasting, of information, of communication ecosystem, so that at the end of the day, the world will become a safer place. My young men and women, my children, it is not too late to start having your passion. My passion is about media and information literacy. So if that dream of broadcasting was aborted many, many years ago, today I have found a new dream and I'm actualizing it, making it real, not just for Nigeria, but for Africa and for the world, to make information literacy very important for our world. I thank you for listening.